Hi, everybody. This is Hondo Carpenter from Sports Illustrated's Fan Nation, the Las Vegas Raiders Insider Podcast, part of the Fans First Sports Network. Um, as you all know, every week I do a question and answer article where I take your questions and answer them and analyze them and give you some thoughts. And we will always continue to do that. In fact, obviously, all the questions are there, but I'm going to keep two or three each week that I do on the video for the article. So you can read the article and then also watch the video and get those. And I want to get to some because I had some interesting ones this week that I really wanted to hit. The first one comes, and I got a few that were very similar to each other. So I picked this one. It comes to us from Anthony G. And Anthony says, why do you praise players that aren't great? Now, first of all, let me say that we do things differently. We are professionals. We're not dropping F bombs, and you don't have to attack people's character. And now, if you think that means I won't say something about someone's character, then you clearly weren't following me when the Raiders selected Damon Arnette. I was very vocal. There were several teams that didn't have him on their draft board in any round. I had come from covering the Big Ten, and everyone knew Damon Arnette was an issue. Not, I mean, again, I am not against if somebody has character issues to point that out, but I'm also a professional. And let's use Jermaine Illuminor for an example, because when I went through and talked about role players, I never said these guys were building blocks. I never said that these guys were people that are rock solid. I didn't. Go back and watch. Go back and read what I wrote. I talked about role players. And if they're on the roster at this moment and they're not building blocks, then they're role players. So if it bothers you that I'm talking about players where they're at and I'm not attacking them personally, then clearly you're not looking for a journalist. You're looking for somebody who's going to throw gas on the fire. And that's fine if that's what suits you. That's not what I do. So I want to use Jermaine, two players in particular. Actually, let's use probably four that got people really angry. I talked about Jermaine Illuminor. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, I really like Jermaine. He's a wonderful guy. And take football aside from it, Jermaine is a really, really good guy. I genuinely enjoy him. I look forward to talking to him. Great guy. Now, clearly, because I wrote it before the draft, the Raiders would have liked to have upgraded at right tackle. That's a fair statement. That's not saying Jermaine Illuminor sucks. It's saying that they wanted to upgrade. I think there were injury issues, and at times he absolutely got blew up, which I said. But the Raiders really believe in him. Now, to Jermaine's credit, and a lot of you wouldn't know this, he has busted his rump this offseason and has really worked hard. The Raiders didn't upgrade because they felt like, okay, we're good with him. Now, doesn't mean somebody's not going to get cut and they're going to go sign somebody. It doesn't mean they're not going to make a trade. It doesn't mean that a UDFA like Dalton Wagner couldn't step up. I never said he was a Hall of Famer. I never even said he was a building block. I said a role player. I understand that the word fan comes from the word fanatic. And I get that. And without fanatics, I don't have a job. So I greatly appreciate you. I'm not going to talk down to fans, but I'm also not just going to go blow people up. This person's a bum. This one sucks. This one's terrible. Shouldn't be in the NFL. I mean, have you ever been paid millions of dollars to play in the NFL? So you may not like the way a person plays, but to call them a bum when they're cashing the checks, I'm sorry. And especially when they're not bums, if I know they're working hard.